We seen already what was the ignition and the cooling phase of a conversation is that when you are in a conversation and you get into an argument, that things start heating up, right? Everything goes upside down, and you have trouble communicating, and you have trouble like reading the table, reading the other people that you are having a conversation with. So you enter like in a ignition thinking where like everything's turns apart, everything turns bad, right? And then you enter on a cooling phase. And we talk a little bit about how to like control this phase, this mode on the conversation. And kind of I want to talk today a little bit about, because we also saw like how to knowing your triggers, knowing the things that makes you upset, and knowing the things that like makes you feel uncomfortable. And we also then we seen like once you know your triggers, one that you know the things that makes you upset or the things that makes you feel uncomfortable, you wanna start like investing some time in knowing what people's triggers are, right? You want to know like what makes people get them, how to get them what or like what can get them out of their comfort zone, right? You want to know their triggers, you want to know the things that makes them upset, and the things to turn like the cards on your favors, right? Turn everything on your favor. So you want to kind of know your triggers, and then once you know the things that makes you upset, you want to start investing some time in knowing others trigger, right? And one thing that is really related on avoiding this ignition phase is that when you are like in an argument, you want to try to like control your breath, right? Basically, your breath is everything in a conversation. Just think about your last discussion or your last argument where you were having a debate, right? Or you were in the middle of an argument and you were like starting to enter the ignition thinking. Everything was starting to heat up. Everything started to be a problem, right? And just think for a second what was your breath, right? The way you were breathing, because it's really like it sets a it's an important like part of communication and to have a really fluent conversation, right? I'm trying to learn this. I'm trying to apply this because I'm actually want to improve my communications skills and like kind of my articulation, right? The way I talk and the way that I put my thoughts together and everything together. And kind of this is really important because let's say you're gonna be on an argument, and basically you want to control your breathing, right? You want to control your breath. Because let's say, for example, when you are in this conversation and you want to be manually controlling your breath, right? So basically, like what's happened is like, let's say you start breathing faster, right? You start breathing a rapid breath, right? You start like that's that's a sign. That's literally a psychological and like a physical sign that you are entering the ignition thinking, the ignition part. That's literally many people have studied this phase of like entering in the ignition thinking is that your ability to breathe, it's getting like faster, and it's get like uh you get tense, and you get like start breathing very fast. And there's the other part is when kinda this happens to me a lot, is where I lock my breath. I kind of like I get without any breath, right? I have to like I don't know how to breathe properly, and this one of the things that I am trying to apply to my daily life, and to like being conscious of my breath, because let's say I was saying, you are in a conversation and you start like an argument, something, you start a debate about something and everything start heating up. So you want to be manually aware of the of your breath, right? Of your breathing. This is basically like you want to notice if you are breathing fast or in a rapid ways. Like let's say right now I'm like a little bit blocked. Is that what I used to do? Like I lock my breath, and it's like a little bit hard, and I know I have to like take it easy, take a 2 seconds breath, like, and then you want to continue talking, right? And it's really important when you are like in this conversation, right? So it's like when you are like in this position where you feel like your breath has gone faster, your your ability to think and your ability to speak, it does really suffer, right? Is in this condition where once you notice like you are speaking a lot fast and you're breathing a lot faster, to like you want to understand like when you like lock your breath, you are you want to be conscious like your cognition thinking, it's gonna be like it's gonna be suffering, right? It's gonna be lower, it's gonna be your awareness. Like I said, let your cognition thinking is what allows you or allow the decision makers to understand the things that surround them, right? To helps them. I always put an example is like where you are like in a dark room and the room is with a lot of furniture, and the cognition thinking is like turning on a light and you're gonna see everything, right? So that's why it's like basically so important to be conscious about like, and you want to be manually at least at the beginning you want to be manually like controlling your breath, controlling the way you breathe, because um it's like I said, right? Your cognition thinking is gonna be suffering. It's gonna be affected by the way you breathe, and like it's a caution that your body it's a response that your body takes on certain like on these specific behaviors where the system gets locked. And once you notice this, you want to take pace and like take your time to like really see and read the room, read the place that you are in, and you want to like understand and be aware of everything that is happening on your surroundings. And that's basically it, and kind of I struggle a little bit explaining these concepts and the importance of this like con- controlling your breath, right? So see you in the next one, right?